And for anyone who doesn't know, I am a preschool professional. I'm actually a multi-hyphenate. I do a lot. I'm in real estate. Obviously, I make content. I do advocacy for victims of various types. And yeah, but my bread and butter is typically my work in the early education field. And I just wanted to start coming online and talking more about that, and just dropping tips for my preschool people. So anyway, one thing I wanted to talk about today was creating a positive environment. A positive environment. What is that? One where it's love and laughter and fun and things of that nature. And the two ways that I wanted to talk about today are through transitions and through close proximity. So transitions are a very, very powerful tool. For anyone who is not aware, it's a transition basically is what it sounds like when you switch from one activity or location to another. And in the preschool classroom, this is a like a minefield of triggers and challenging behaviors and idleness and mischief and everything. You can easily lose students 1 to 5 years old in the midst of a transition. And what is that? That could look like a transition from morning snack time to circle time, right? Or from the art project table back to the blocks or to the carpet for read aloud time. And so, in order to create a positive atmosphere, the first word is imperative. Create. It's intentional. You have to do that. It's not just going to be positive, right? Because children are tiny humans and they're experiencing feelings, they're experiencing big feelings, and they don't have the words and the social graces to always communicate that. And let's be honest, they don't have the agency to do what they want. They're in a classroom setting where they need to follow the schedule. They need to listen to you. And it's up to us as the early educators to make sure that this is a pleasant and positive experience. So how can we do this with transitions? First of all, you want to give a countdown. Now, I'm not talking 5 seconds. You might want to start as far back as 10 minutes. A 10-minute transition, then maybe a 5-minute transition, a 3-minute transition, and then a 1-minute transition. Why is this? Because students like to know what's coming. A lot of adults like to know what's coming. When you go to an event, don't you appreciate having an itinerary? An order of events, whether it's a wedding or a funeral or a workshop. You want to know, what are we talking about, so you can guide it. When is the bathroom break? And then also think, if you were, I'm driving safe, thank you. If you were working on a project, say you were getting really in the groove, working on an art project, and then all of a sudden a song comes on and someone is like, hey, put that away. Put that away. It's done. It's time to go over here now and read the book. And you're like, but I'm not finished. You would have really appreciated if somebody told you 10 minutes ago, like, hey, start wrapping it up. And then you could plan. And then you could express your display, like, I'm not finished. And the teacher could tell you, okay, well, you can finish after the story, or you can do this after lunchtime or nap time, or we're going to work on it again tomorrow. Don't worry. So the countdowns to transitions are really good. Next, how do we transition? I'm always a fan of a song or a game. And even when you're saying, like, hey, let's say you're transitioning into cleanup time. Instead of shouting, it's cleanup time, it's cleanup time. Everybody, I told you it was cleanup time, which is what I can see a lot and what I even did when I was less experienced. You could start, it's both a song and a game, and you just make it up. When in doubt, sing it out. I would just sing, like, Evelyn is cleaning up, cleaning up, cleaning up. Elijah's cleaning up, cleaning up, cleaning up. Tobias cleaning up, cleaning up, cleaning up. Elliot is cleaning up and cleaning up, cleaning up. And then all the children want their name to be sung. And so they'll start cleaning up. Thanks. I was in the classroom for like 10 or 11 years. So you just kind of make it up on the fly, and you can clap, you can dance. Now they're dancing with you. And this is a positive atmosphere. It's a fun atmosphere. We're laughing while we're cleaning up. Children are getting positive reinforcement. And it feels and sounds a lot better than, Kyle, why aren't you cleaning up? Didn't I say clean up? If y'all want to go outside, you need to clean up. How many times do I need to say it? It's cleanup time. All right, well, I'll just sit here and wait. I said it three. Y'all know it's when the song comes on. What does it mean? It's cleanup time. Okay, then after cleanup time is done, you might want everybody to come to the carpet, but they might still be dancing or they might be wandering or something. Next, another song, another song. And with this one, I suggest maybe finger play, so that way they have something to do with their hands. So that way they're not poking their friends. They're not picking at the loose string on your carpet that's going to unravel the rest of the carpet. They're not hopefully picking their noses. And so you could do open, shut them, open, shut them. You could do that one. Lori Berkner has a great song, especially if it's a transition to read aloud, called These Are My Glasses. You can find that on YouTube. And it has hand motions. These are my glasses. I am driving, so I won't do all the hand motions. You can watch her and see. But it's these are my glasses. This is my book. I put on my glasses and open up the book. Now I read, 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 and I look, look, look. Then I put down my glasses and close up the book. And then I would do it, sing it normal once, then sing it loud once, and then whisper for the last one. And since you're whispering and singing, you don't have to tell them, be quiet. The song is indicating that you should be quiet. And that's a positive, fun interaction. So that's what I would just say. More singing, and think through transitions. If you're going to walk to the bathroom, you could sing. If you need to be quiet, what is your unit of study? Are you studying fall leaves? Okay, let's pretend that we're crunching fall leaves as we walk down the hall. Okay, step on the fall, crunch, crunch, crunch. And like let's whisper, because it's a quiet crunch, isn't it? Let's crunch down the hallway. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Or are you doing Jack and the Beanstalk? Let's be a giant. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Are you doing Itsy Bitsy Spider? Let's be little spiders. Like, do spider hands while we walk down the hallway. And it's so much more positive and fun and magical and engaging than simply, all right, everybody, you know how to line up and be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. Don't touch your friend. If they're focused on crunching leaves, if they're focused on being a giant, if they're focused on being a mouse or a chicken or whatever, the hungry caterpillar, not focused on touching and poking their friends. They're not focused on picking the art off the walls. But again, creating a positive environment. You have to think this through and be intentional to create this type of environment. So that's one. I'm not going to make these videos long. The other one, so that first one was transition. Next is proximity, close proximity. That just means keep your babies close to you. Keep them close. You know, typically, everybody has their days. Everybody has their moods. It could be anyone on any given day. But typically, you have your few usual suspects. So if you have a co-teacher, while you're leading a lesson from the front, if it's whole group, make sure your assistant has them on their lap or right beside them. And they can like rub their back or like tap them or, you know, whatever. If something goes south, they could just lean over and whisper to the friend. So that way, if the teacher's sitting far from this special friend who needs a little extra TLC, you're not having to interrupt and shout across the room and be disruptive or use your stern voice. You already know. So plan ahead to have close proximity and just whisper in their ear or pat them on their back or point to the front like, oh, we're listening to the story. Also, if you see someone who's not doing something you like, aw, thanks. That's sweet. You wish you had a teacher like me. We do have a lot of fun, or we did when I was in the classroom. Now I teach teachers, so they can employ all of these tactics. It's so draining. It's so fun. I miss the babies, but it's so draining. So that's why I have my video thanking preschool teachers, because they are superheroes. But anyway, invite them to come hold your hand or to come be your special helper, to put their hand on your knee. I had an instance once with a little boy, super sweet, but just mischievous. I think he was 4, just mischievous, and he was kind of playing around in the line. We were transitioning to the bathroom, and I felt annoyed, because if anyone has ever tried to wrangle a classroom full of preschoolers to clean up, get their shoes on, and get to the bathroom, or, you know, get wherever, it's a lot. You feel like you're literally herding baby chicks. And so to make it outside, and then I see him like poking his friend or something. This was a few years ago, so I can't quite remember. He was doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. Inside, I felt like, oh, but what I did, I smiled. I said, my friend, come hold my hand. Come hold my hand while we walk down the hall. And so I could keep him in close proximity. I kept him right near me. If he's holding my hand while we walk down the hall, he's not bothering his friend. And I got a text from his mom that evening saying that when she asked him his favorite part of the day, it's that he got to hold Miss Lambert's hand. Let's see, your teacher used to be. I know teachers do scold the kids a lot. And my thought is so much of that is preventable. And kids, we're teachers. We are ones who teach. How are they supposed to know? How are we supposed to know how to act in school? How are we supposed to know how to handle every transition? We're supposed to be teaching. Why are you going to be mad at kids for not knowing when they come to school so you can teach them? That's my personal philosophy, one part of my philosophy. And so, yeah, close proximity, keep them close to you. Do not shout from across the room. One, their attention spans. Their attention spans are so short and limited, and there's a lot of noise and stimuli in the classroom. And they may not know what you're asking them to do. And two, a lot of kids, so many, they like to play this game like they can't hear you. And they ignore you when they do, because if you whispered, oh, I'm gonna go get some candy, everybody would be right. So I know you hear me. So stop shouting across the room, because that adds to chaos. It adds to the negative vibes. Get up. It's not convenient, but a lot about life, a lot about the jobs that we do are not convenient, but you are one who teaches. Get up, walk over, kneel down, get at their eye level, because imagine too, right? If you're over them, that wasn't a good, I can't bring you down while I'm driving, but if you're over, it's not encouraging. Get down, kneel down, and look at them. Did you hear me? Do you know what I asked you to do? Oh, you didn't hear me? Okay. I asked you to put the elephant back on the elephant shelf. Do you know where that is? Because if you don't, I can teach you. Oh, you do? Can you show me then that you know how to do what I'm asking you to do? High five. Fantastic. Thank you. Stop shouting. You're annoyed. They're annoyed. The other kids are getting overstimulated. I don't always enjoy it. I want to sit. I'm tired, but get up. So I think that's it. Just think about, where are the kids? And sometimes there are multiples, right? And so there would be times where I would have one special friend to my left, one special friend to my right, one special friend on my lap, and then one special friend right in front of me. So I could, oh my gosh, it was a crew. But better right beside me and hands length and whispering length than far away doing who knows what. So I think that's it for today. Is there anything else I wanted to say about this? Transitions, positive transitions, and close proximity. Let's see. I want to say thank you for your hard work and stay, but thank you so much. Thanks for joining me. I want to start doing more of these, and I'll probably just do them as lives, because I wanted to do more of a preschool series. But when you think about sitting down and gathering materials and doing the editing, it was just a reason for me to keep putting it off. And I'm like, no more. Let me just hop on live and we can chat. So if there's anything else you guys want to know, or questions you have about teaching or interacting with children ages 0 through 5, even 0 through 6, put in the comments, let me know. I will certainly be back. If you are in the Hampton Roads, Virginia area, I will be presenting at the Raising the Bar conference on challenging behaviors. I believe it's next weekend, and I'd love to see you. So anyway, that's somewhere that parents feel really happy children are creating magical childhood memories. Have a fantastic day.